When it comes to organizing your craft room and supplies, it's a process. It's a process that might take you a while. You may try things that work, you may try things that don't work, and that's okay. It's finding what works perfectly for you. I have tried a lot of different ways to organize over the years, which you can go and check out that playlist and kind of see over the years all the different things I have tried. But today I want to focus in on the systems that are working really great for me, along with some new systems that I am trying. Another thing that I have decided to place importance on is a comfortable chair. And you guys, I have found the ultimate crafting chair. I cannot wait to tell you about it. I'm going to start off with that because as much as I sit and how long I sit, I am very appreciative of this chair. So let's start there. Thank you very much to Cape Vibe for sponsoring today's video, and then we're going to roll into some awesome tips and tricks. Let's go. The first update to my craft room, well, this is my crafting area. You might notice that this is a different chair that I have actually been using for a while. My old chair, I did donate to somebody who needed the extra support. And so when Cape Vibe reached out to me about trying their new chair, I was ecstatic because sitting at a desk for a long period of time, well, you definitely need the support. So here is the box that it comes in. It is slightly heavy, but not unmanageable to get it where you need it to go. I will say upon opening this box, everything was packed wonderfully. And the first thing we saw were the directions. Can we just take a minute to appreciate these directions? The fact that it was just a huge piece of paper, which was really, really nice because the font isn't tiny. It was very self-explanatory with pictures. It's a 10-step, very simple process to put this Cap Lady S2 ergonomic chair together. Absolutely love the directions that they included. Y'all, I'm telling you, my eyesight's getting bad, and this was just really, really helpful. Now, when we got to the box, it was time to unpack all the goods, and like I said, everything was packaged really, really well. They really took time to make sure every piece was protected, and once we got it open, this was everything in the box. So it's not super overwhelming once you pull all the parts out. I mean, like I said, 10-step process, and when we started making this, when we added up the time, it took us about 15 minutes to put it together. Now, they've really thought of everything, including these fun little white gloves that you can wear during assembly if you choose to. I did take them off because they were a little big for my hands, but I just thought that was a fun extra touch that they included. So it was just as easy as following the 10 steps to put it together. You just work on the base and everything is included. There's one tool and it's included along with some different size screws. The only thing we needed was just something sharp to open up the box and to help us with some of the packaging that just needed to be cut off of the pieces. So we worked on putting this together and it actually was quite fun and relaxing. There was no stress. There were no errors, which was really, really nice. And you don't have to be super strong to do this. I mean, it was just very, very easy to put together. So let's talk features. So I love that it has 5 wheels, which gives it really great support and very easily lets it glide across the floor. It also has this nice footrest if you want to use that. If you kind of like to prop your feet up when you're sitting at a chair, that's a nice feature as well. The seat back and the seat base are padded and super comfortable. They do recommend that you have a table. We just used the box that the chair came in to follow up with this step, which was really, really easy to do. It has that piece right there, the black piece that went into the base, allows the chair obviously to raise up and down so you can adjust the height to whatever you like. Moving on to the armrests here. So these are really nice because you can fold them all the way up, which allows you to push your chair right up under your desk. It also allows you to adjust them height-wise, so you can drop them down, you can pull them up. You can also kind of turn them out or bring them in closer to you. So lots of options on how to adjust the armrests. The last thing we added was the headrest. It was an easy attachment. I love this because you can adjust the height of it so you can push it down or up. And what makes this even more special is that it also tilts forward and back. A lot of chairs do not have that option on the headrest, and I really like that. Here is your lumbar support to help ease those back pains and aches for when you're sitting for an extended period of time. The nice feature about this lumbar support is you can adjust it 4 different heights, which allows you to get it exactly where you need it to get the ultimate support for your back. The armrests, like I mentioned, you can pull them all the way up so that your chair will fit nicely under your desk. And then you can also adjust the height, lowering and raising the armrest. The lever is just right there on the side, easy to find. There's also a button on the underside of the armrest that lets you pull them in towards you or out away from you. Now this is the feature that I absolutely love. Check out this leg rest. It's so easy. You simply just fold it under and just slide it up under the chair. So maybe you're waiting for paint to dry and you just want to recline back and relax, kick your feet up. That's what this leg rest will do, which is really, really a very nice feature. This lever here will let you choose one of the 4 reclining positions that the chair offers, which makes this a great chair to just kick back and relax when you want to let that paint dry or just take a break from crafting. And of course, if you want to adjust the height of your chair, there you go. You just pull that lever and you can go up or down with your chair. The last lever allows you to scoot your seat forward or back so you can get that perfect depth for your ultimate working experience. The lightweight mesh material also allows this to be breathable so you won't get super sweaty or hot while you're working. I've been sitting in this chair for a while now, and I definitely can tell a difference from the other chair that I was sitting in, that when I'm done doing a long crafting session, I'm not having the same aches and pains. I'm sitting in comfort. It's just really, really a nice chair. So if you're in the market to upgrade your chair, definitely take a look. I will have all of the details about this chair along with a coupon code for you guys linked down below in the description box. You can check it out and see for yourself. They do offer different colors, so you can definitely choose something that is your style for your craft room or your workspace. Taking a look at my before and after, I just think the pink chair adds a little extra something special to the decor in my craft room, and I definitely have noticed that I can sit for longer periods of time while I do what I love. Let's talk ribbon storage. So this is how I stored my ribbon for quite a while. If you like being able to see your ribbon, this is a great system. The 2 things I didn't like about it is you had to remove the entire dowel rod every time you wanted to put new ribbon on it, and if you don't tape or pin your ribbon, it will come unraveled. So last year I just decided I'm going to put all my ribbon in a drawer. This worked great. It was perfect, except I really did miss not seeing my ribbons. Now I do have those weird one-off ribbons, and this system still works great for those. It's these little bins that have lids and you can stack them up. There's metal rods where you can slide your ribbon on there, and then there's holes where you simply just pull out the ribbon so you can pull how much you need and then cut, and again, store it very easily. I really liked this whole system where you pull and then cut how much you need. So that's when I switched to this, where I found these ribbon storage racks on Amazon. The nice thing about this is, number 1, you can stack as many as you want on top of each other. They're easy to put together. It has a little divider piece, so maybe you only have 3 or 4 rolls on one of these. You can use that divider to hold them in place. And then of course it has that little slat where you can slip the ribbon through. So you just walk up, pull however much you need, cut it. It won't come unraveled. It holds it in place. So this is definitely a game changer when it comes to ribbon. And I love being able to see all my ribbon again out on display. Here's a helpful tip. If you get a ribbon organizer like this, put a little 3M hook, hang some scissors there, and then you're never without scissors to cut your ribbon. I've organized paint in a drawer before. It works really well. I like taking the color and putting it on the lid. That lets me know, A, that I've used the bottle and see the true color, but when I'm searching for a certain name, this way doesn't work as well. This is a Dollar Tree hack. Now, this may not be the most cost-effective way if you have, say, something like 300 bottles of paint, because it will get a little pricey. But what you want to do is pick up these 4x6 clear frames, and you want to stick them in a drawer. If you have a tray, you could do that, or even if you have like those Rubbermaid bins, you could store them and stack them up in that as well. If you wanted to secure this a little more, you could take the large popsicle sticks and glue these to each other by gluing those on the backs of these frames, so that way they don't really shift around, but I haven't really noticed it being an issue. I still need to pick up a couple of more of these. I just didn't have time to go to a second Dollar Tree to find some. But what I realized as I was starting to put paint here, I wanted to put the paints that I know I use the most. I was realizing I had double bottles of everything. Like, it was just, again, I was like, what in the world is going on here? So Dollar Tree had these clear bins, and I had thought, okay, I'm going to use these. But when I started looking at them, I'm like, half these colors are the same color. So I realized I could get all the paint colors I needed in this one drawer, and I just organized it. You could use this hack in your kitchen too for spices if you wanted to, but this is a cheap little Dollar Tree hack, easy way to get that paint organized. Here's another tip for you. What do you do with paint bottles that you haven't used? So you might notice here that I have a bunch of bottles turned upside down. I did this in January because I was like, this is ridiculous that I have this much paint. And the idea is at the end of 6 months, which will be this month, any of the paints that are still upside down, I'm going to donate those because that means I haven't used those paints in 6 months. There is a thrift store here in Houston that takes used craft supplies. You can go and shop there. So that is where I'm going to donate this paint. And then, of course, I will reorganize it back into my system. This is probably one of my most favorite systems I have had in place for a while. If you have tons of those little wood cutouts from Dollar Tree, well, guess what? This system works great. This is a photo box. These are 4x6 boxes within the box that I ordered on Amazon. I took my label maker and I just printed a label for the different wooden pieces, and now it makes it so easy. It keeps them protected from getting breakage, and it's just easy to see them. You can do them by alphabetical order. You could also do this for all those little embellishments that you get, you know, whether it's small beads, small charms. I mean, it's a system that works really, really well, and I highly, highly recommend this because, I've been doing it for a couple of years and it's still going strong. Using furniture to help store things is still something that I am continuing to use. This little CRICUT mat holder, y'all, I made that on my 3D printer. I'm going to tell you about that in another video, but I'm using furniture where I can. 3M hooks are my best friends when it comes to holding mats, especially long acrylic rulers. Those work great. Use your furniture. That leads me into use your walls. Find systems that work for you. My pegboard system, and then this is what I'm using for my glue sticks now. And I just got this from IKEA. It's a great little system. IKEA is a great place to look for wall systems, so definitely check that out if you're looking for something like this. Now, I've been using my glue stick storage like this for quite a while, but I do want to share with you how I've done it in the past. How I've always stored my colored glue stick in a bin. I take some foam board, separate the colors, and it works perfectly. I would highly recommend doing this. The only reason I switched is I have room on the wall and I wanted to add a little more color out in the open, but this is a great system to use for glue sticks. I absolutely love using bins with labels that stack. So these type of containers with the bamboo lids all came from Home Goods, but they actually have them on Amazon as well. I found some, and it's just, you know, miscellaneous stuff that I use. These boxes from Michaels, these are great for storage as well. They're very sturdy and can hold a lot of stuff, so you can pick up the photo boxes. Those are great. And then baskets here, I've got the Mod Podge twine. This is an empty basket waiting for stuff to go in it. All my buttons are in here. I just redid a little box that I picked up from the thrift store. And then again, more of those bins. These boxes come from IKEA. So as you can see, I'm definitely a bin girl. This system just works for me. It just really helps my brain keep things separate. And in case you're wondering, here is my label maker. I've had it for about 2 years. This has been the best label maker I've ever had. It is super user-friendly. You simply download an app. It's very easy to use. You charge it. It's a great price point. I highly recommend if you're looking for a label maker. These little cord labels are total game changer. I got this pack. I still have plenty of them. I've been using it for years. Everything seems to come with a cord, a charging cable, and these are so easy to just write on and quickly put it on your cords. Totally worth it. Here's another thing that will make your life easy. Put lights under your work table. These are magnetic puck lights, and if you drop little pins or drop little beads, you can pull it down and just hold it, look around, see what you need, and then just click it back up there, and be done. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how great this hack is. This is another tried and true method for me, this marker storage. I've been using it for about 2 years. It was easy to put together. It holds all my paint markers. I love that I can see them all and know exactly what I have. I do like to use some really good sturdy baskets that can hold things. So for this one, I have containers within containers. So again, it makes it a little easier just to pull out what I need. It keeps it contained and it's kind of pretty. These are very functional. Got them at Home Goods. I've had them for a while. So this kind of stuff is, you know, the magnets, the little the foam pads, just miscellaneous things here and there. And it seems to be working really, really well. So I'm going to keep doing that. And then the other one I've got here, same thing. Little basket, and again, containers, popsicle sticks, clothespins. That's kind of all that's in here, and it works really well, easy to pick up and just carry around. Most of my containers, things like that, are very functional inside the cabinets and shelves, but I do like to have some pretty things. I've had this thing for forever. This was a great buy from Home Goods. These are my specialty glue sticks, so I've got fabric, the wood ones, as well as the foam glue sticks. So it's kind of fun just to have some decorative pieces. These here hold tumbling tower blocks for the most part, some that are colored, the ones that are plain, ones that I've broken down. So fun little containers. I just added knobs to them to make them decorative. I've had these for a very long time as well, and they seem to be working great. These are from Dollar Tree. I have had these for so long. These work great, and I've got several of these in all these cabinets, so that is a great thing. I've got those labeled as well. It just holds, you know, twine and rope and things, again, that I access quite often. I have most of the stuff that I access the most. I'm trying to get it behind me here. I've got some moving around to do, but those bins are great. Another great thing to have is one of these tabletop plugs. You just attach it and it's got USB and places to plug things in. So that's really nice to have on your desk to help you just use those tools that you use quite often and not have to worry about cords all over the floor and, you know, all that good stuff. And that's going to wrap up today's video. If you've been with me for a while, you have seen me transform, change things, but I have to say I'm finally at a point where a lot of the things I'm doing is really working for me. However, with that said, I do continue to try little things just to make sure that I am doing the best I can and making my craft room the most efficient I can. And I would love for you to drop down in the comments, what is your #1 craft tip, craft organization hack? Drop it down there so we can have tons of ideas in the comments. If you have any questions, just check the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Here are some more videos you might enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!